Oh man. So, I feel like, guys, I should be able to re-roll because look, this one is cocked. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Hey everyone. So in this video, I'm just gonna walk through how to play Cthulhu Wars in Tabletop Simulator. What I've noticed is that we spend a lot of time every time we add someone new. And that makes sense. Tabletop Simulator is pretty complex. And I think most people only use maybe 10% of the functionality that is there. And we're not any different. But when you're a new player, which of the many tools do you interact with? So that's what I'm going to be doing. All right. So first of all, I have Steam up. I'm going to go into the workshop. So this is Tabletop Simulator. It's a pretty cheap game. They have sales on it all the time. I think you can look for Humble Bundle maybe. All right. So what you're going to want to do, and sorry about the sound. Now I use this brain food one. It's the one I like the most. There's another one, this Cthulhu Wars complete blah blah blah. I think that's actually a reskin of some of the brain food stuff. I stick with this one, but everything should be pretty similar regardless. So just check the box to subscribe to it and then go into your game. Depending on your download speed, it may take, you know, a certain amount of time. Launch the game. And these guys, I wonder if they expected as many people to play this as they did, as there was. So at this point, you just want to create. I'm just going to do single player. And go to workshop. And you can see I have the other one installed again, but I use this one. And you click load. Depending on your processor speed and everything, it might take a little bit to load. This particular map is big. As you can see, they've installed all of these different expansions all over the place. And so you're here, boom. Now it's very important to keep in mind that Tabletop Simulator is not something like, I don't know, Scythe or Terraforming Mars or any of the other board games. This is not a game. This is a tabletop simulator. So its only goal is to simulate the game, or simulate the act of playing the game, not even the game. So I'm going to try not to make you guys sick. You can see on one side, you have all of these custom factions. Those are pretty cool, like homebrew factions. On this side, you have all of the official factions. And then over here, you have basically the configuration of the screen. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose the number of players. So in this case, I will set it up for 3 players. And I will just go ahead and choose Earth. So Earth is fine. Just choose Earth. Boom. We're not going to choose any of the neutral factions, nothing like that, but you can kind of turn, actually, you know what? I'm going to turn on High Priest. I'm going to turn off everything else. There we go. And this represents the majority of how I play. Earth and High Priests. All right. So then I'm going to choose a faction. I will choose the best faction, Crawling Chaos. Well, this particular game doesn't really support more than one player, so we'll just have to mess with it as is. I've never actually done single player Cthulhu Wars, and apparently it doesn't really work. That's fine, because you're going to be playing with your friends, and that's what you want. All right, so I'm not going to click the play game. So we'll go ahead and change the state. Now, notice what I did there? you right click on the map, you choose state, and 1 is going to be 3 players. This is probably going to be 4 players, 5 players, 6, 7, 8, right? All the way up. We're going to choose 3 as if this was a 3 player, even though I can't set up the other factions. And then what do I have here? I've got Crawling Chaos. I've got my faction cards, got all this. And you think, okay, well, this is pretty good. I can just maybe start grabbing things and I can start flopping them over. Wait, that's not where I want. I want, there we go. Doom track way over there. There we go. And the ritual token is on the ritual track. Boom. And we think, okay, I'm ready to play. But actually, you are not ready to play. And this is why. Because throughout the game, you're going to get elder signs, right? Now, notice these. This is super confusing. Do not click on these things. These things are just to show you what is inside each bag. I don't know why these are here. Because they're also at the top of the bag, but that's what they are. Don't click them. Click the bag. Okay. So I'm going to draw an elder sign, right? And whoops. Everybody saw that I have a 1-point elder sign, right? So that's not good. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up here and you're going to want to click on zone and you're going to click on hidden and you're just going to draw a hidden area around your name. You may, this is about the size I make it, but you can make it whatever. And then you're going to switch back to grab. And that's it. So now no other players can see this token. Okay. You could keep them flipped down. You can say like, hey, if somebody says, well, how many do you have? Well, you could say boom, 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 drag them all out. But then when you go in here, you can just flip them. Hit the F key if you want to, if you don't want to right click. But so that's it. That kind of keeps them secret. It lets you draw them and they just show up. Now, what if you just hate that idea? Well, if you just hate that idea, you can grab them out of the bag and not draw them. Drawing them is what's, what defaults to up. That's fine. So the problem is though, if you did not have a hidden area, how would you see them? Well, you can hit the Alt key to get a zoom on anything really, right? So that's kind of cool. Boom, Alt key, Alt key, Alt key. Do not zoom in all the time, guys. It's a waste of your time. Okay? Just Alt, Alt, Alt. It's beautiful. Works great. All right. Okay, but these don't help, right? They're flipped over, and if you flip them, now everybody can see what they are. You guys still don't know what this is, right? Well, Alt key and Shift. It's magic, guys. Oh my gosh, when somebody told me this, I don't know how long they knew, but when they told me this, I was so happy. No one can see. It's just me. So that is amazing. Now see this eyeball here? This is so other people know that you're looking at it. So there's no way to cheat. Well, I mean, I guess you can cheat if people aren't looking the same as you can in real life, because this is a simulator and it's not an actual game. All right. So now you know that you can either keep these in there, and I think that's pretty nice. This is just like real life, by the way, guys. 1, 1. If I drew more, probably 1. And you can just keep them. That way you can just look at them. Or if you just, don't like it, that's fine. Alt Shift, Alt Shift. Boom, done. All right. So we are ready to play. Again, this is not a game simulator. This is a board game tabletop simulator. So, you just play just like anything. You grab some gates out of here. You put it there. You grab some cultists. Now these are actually like their own little bags. And I don't know why they didn't make these bags the same as these bags, where they just looks the same. But it has their own problems over there. So, boom. Grab all the cultists. Drag them all out. I love how much space there is when you play in 3-player mode. The map just feels so big. Boom, there we go. I'm ready to start. I've got my power on 8. You know, for me, I have those little plastic pegs, so I'm not used to this little token, but okay, you know, in real life. All right, so now I'm playing and I'm doing my thing, and you know, F key to flip that back and forth, because wherever I am, I'm going to be last, right? Unless I'm the first player, because people will just swap it to make me last. That's how it works. So what do we have here? Well, we've got the board game, we've got that, we've got how do you do with elder signs, you got how do you do with, you know, how do you play with gates. All right, what about dice? Well, you know, you've got a couple different dice, right? So you've got your combat dice, right? Just like normal. Those are in your bag, they're color coded for yours. And you've also got just normal dice, which you might need for 1,000 forms, you might need for, to see, I don't know, you know, any number of different things. You can grab a bunch of them. I don't know what you would need more dice for. I think maybe there's a couple weird units maybe. But okay, so you have these and you can just drag and highlight like that, and you can hit the R key and you can just roll them. You can also right click and choose roll. I don't like that, but you know, hey, do what you want. All right, so now the real use for multiple dice is, you know, I have a bunch of monsters, they have a bunch of monsters, and I'm gonna do my thing. And I roll. All right, so we have a kill and a pain, just like anything, right? Just like any normal. You can actually roll them if you want, because it's a simulator. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. See, it's a huge mess. Actually, kind of like real life. I'd rather keep them all together. Just hit the R key, done. All right, some other things. So you got these timers. Boom. You can hit reset. There we go. So some things have timers, you know, various things. Like Black Goat might say you have 1 minute to decide things, whatever. Honestly, you could just do a general timer of like, hey, you're taking a little too long, buddy. Just a little too long. Okay, so you're doing things and you're having fun, and what happens? Well, your buddy has to go. It's late. People have to go to sleep. You feel pressure, like you got to finish the game. You don't need to finish the game, guys. You don't. Honestly, you can just go up and oops, here you can go to save. You can save game. That's fine. Cthulhu Wars. Cancel. Cthulhu Wars. I'm gonna say Cthulhu Wars test. Save. Boom. Okay. So then, you know, the next week goes by, and just go. Yep. I'll just go back to main menu. This is as if this was next week, and I'm gonna go to create. I'm gonna go to single player. Obviously, you would do it in multiplayer. And I'm gonna go to load, save and load. I'm gonna load the game. And boom, we can keep playing. We can finish the game later. There's no reason to stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning and people have to wake up at 7 and all this stuff. This is a huge improvement. I wish there was an easy way to just pause my games, because so many times we run late and we're grumpy, and it's just so frustrating to not have fun anymore. Honestly, most of the time people feel like they know who the winner will be, and it's an extra 40 minutes because the two people who are most likely going to win, they are squeezing out every last point, because our games typically will get resolved within 1 or 2 points. So whether you win or lose is entirely dependent on those points. So here you go. You know how to play. You know how to keep your stuff hidden. You know some of the keyboard shortcuts. You know how to save and load a game. And you are good to go. Play Cthulhu Wars. Play other games on TTS. I love it. Check out Hyperspace. Ooh, man, I love that. It is real good. And yeah, it's a side effect of this all the bad stuff in the world that has forced me to learn this program, and now I love it. I'm just so excited and on board. I really am. So I think you guys can have a lot of fun, and I think that you can hopefully jump straight to the good part and not the frustrating part, because trust me, there's some frustrating parts you get into when you don't know some of these commands, especially the alt key, the alt zoom, and the shift alt zoom. Man, it's so good. All right, everyone. Hope you are having a lot of games and you're having fun and you're healthy and everything is working out for you. So, all right, everyone. Bye, guys.